In this video, we're going to talk about subtracting unlike proper fractions. It's similar to adding, but instead of adding, you're subtracting. But you still have to find the least common denominator, and you still have to make the fractions equivalent so that the denominators are the same, and then you can subtract across. Okay, so let's start with this one. Let's do 2/5. And instead of adding, we're subtracting. All right, 3/10. So I have a proper fraction and a proper fraction, which I can subtract together, but these are unlike, which I don't like. I want to get this to where I like it, where they're the same, and then I can subtract across. So I have to find my least common denominator. We know this is the denominator. The bottom is the denominator. I want to find the least number that is in common with both of them. So I put my LCD over here. I do a chart. I have 5, and I have 10. Those are my two denominators that are not like. I'm going to get it to where I like them. So I go 5, and I just go by 5s. 5 here, another 5 would be 10, another 5 would be 15, another 5 would be 20. Okay? So 5 goes into evenly, 5, 10, 15, 20. Now I need to do the same with the bottom. So 10, 1 10 would be that, 2 10s would be 20, 3 10s would be 30, 4 10s would be 40. So I'm looking which ones are common. I see this 10 and I see this 10. Those are common. I also see a 20 and a 20. So I have two numbers there, but I want the least. I want the smallest. So it's not going to be 20 because 10 is smaller. 10 works for both of these. So I take 10 over here, and 10 over here. Getting closer to what I like, they're almost like fractions. I just got to make these equivalent. So I do the same to the top and the bottom. 5 times what gets me to 10? Well, it's 5 times 2 equals 10. So if I do it to the bottom, I do it to the top. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 tenths is the same as 2/5. Equivalent. Excellent. 10 times what gets me to 10? Well, that's a pretty simple one. Times 1. And so 3 times 1 is 3. 3 tenths is equivalent to 3 tenths. That should not be earth-shattering. That should make sense. That is the same as that. Okay, so, but here's the cool part. You got our minus here. These are now like, which I like. So, equals, I like that because I just take it on over, and now I go 4 minus 3 equals 1, 1/10. 2/5, take away 3/10, leaves me with 1/10. Okay? You found your least common denominator. You put it down here. You made them equivalent. Now you like it, and you go across. Okay, let's do one more, and then we'll be all set. Okay, I'm going to keep my chart here. Well, I guess I'll remake it, but I know that if I have unlike fractions, I am going to need to find the least common denominator, which will help me to put them into like fractions. Okay, so let's go 2/3 minus 1/4. 2/3 minus 1/4. Look at the denominators. Not alike. I don't like these. I want to get them to where I like them. So I have my 3 and I have my 4. 3, 4. Now I just go by 3s. I go by 4s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Okay? I'm just going to stop there. 4, 8, 12, 16. Ooh, I think I see one. I'm looking here. The 4, no. 6, 8, no. 9, nothing. But this 12 and this 12, those are like. And they are the smallest one, the least one, that they are both alike. So, 12 is my least common denominator. I just now have to make these into equivalent fractions, and then I can subtract, and we're good to go. So 3 times what gets me to 12? I know 3 times 4 So then I do the same here. Do the bottom times 4, I do the top times 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 twelfths is the same as 2/3. Good. 4 times 3 gets me to 12. And so I gotta do it to the same to the top. 1 times 3 is 3. So 8 twelfths is the same as 2/3, and 3 twelfths is the same as 1/4. These are now like fractions, and I can easily subtract them. 12 is my denominator, and now I go 8 minus 3, which is something that we should all be able to do. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 2/3 minus 1/4 is 5 twelfths. And the way I got that was finding the least common denominator, put them into equivalent fractions, and once they're equivalent to each of these and they're like fractions, I can just go across. 8 minus 3 is 5, my 12 goes across, and I get 5 twelfths. And that's how you subtract unlike proper fractions.